Oh, that's a good start. Good evening. Hang on, I'm not starting that. Ah, there we go. There we go. Fix this up. Good evening, everyone. Sorry about that. I had no sound. Great start. Yes, good evening. Welcome to RSF1's Tier 5 division. Technically not the beginning of the season just yet. We are still doing a little pre-season first. This is a kind of pre-season, kind of test race to start off with. To begin, my name is RSF1, not RSF1, but Brundle anymore. I am WF1 Crotchlow, and I am joined by my old compatriot from F4. It's a new home, but still we're going to be providing the action. We're in Tier 5 now instead of Tier 4, but it's all perfectly fine. It is RSF1 Notch. Used to be Top Notch, so change your name to Notch. Good evening, Top Notch. How are you doing so far today?
Hi mate, yeah, I'm doing alright. Looking forward to this one. Even though we have got a few cars on the track tonight, missing, but yeah, we'll see it through no matter what.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing what they can do.
Yeah, let's not beat around the bush. There's 9. There's 9 of us here, which is a shame, but be positive. We still have a race to provide, and yeah, so as you say, we still got to do the thing. Plus, also there is some spaces, there are some drivers that need to be filled, but this tier really needs to be or remain competitive like all the other tiers. That's how the committee are running it, and I agree with that. So spaces are being filled. I've already found a couple myself just before this race tonight that will be filling up the spaces come Australia. So it may look to have a few gaps, Top Notch, but again, remaining positive, it will not be like this for the rest of the season.
No, that should
blimey, I hope not. I hope not, anyway.
Yeah, you'd hope they'd fill up by Australia.
Yeah. So in terms of people we have in this tier, Top Notch, I went through with you the runners and riders that we've got in this division in Tier 5, and
yeah,
obviously there's a few names that you've known before. So what names jump out at you?
Well, first and foremost, Tina, an old teammate from the Toro Rosso in the Toro Rosso garage from season 2. So yeah, and Bodder obviously. I'm intrigued to see if TSRC Rogue is the Rogue I remember from last season or not. I don't know if anybody knows the answer to that.
Yeah.
And yeah, Military Virus is always been a good place to watch. So yeah, good to see him back as well.
Rogue was a bit of a rogue over the grass there in that corner towards the end of the last sector, but everyone's just going out on their laps at the moment. In fact, let's ride on board with Rogue because I've got something to show you. Onto the TV pod. Can you notice the difference? I have to say a big thank you to Tim and Ike, who showed me a YouTube video along with a suggestion to change the camera angles around a little bit. May not seem too much of a difference, but those with a keen eye can see this is the pretty much almost identical to what you get on the TV in real life. So there you go, the beautiful Williams in all its glory, and that is what you're now going to see on the TV pods from now on. So big thank you to Tim and Ike. I know he's going to be watching it back or watching it live. I hope these look good to you, Tim and Ike. But yeah, all fantastic stuff. And unfortunately Rogue has invalidated on his lap. They're just doing a little bit of practice at the moment because everybody should be going through in this session, as there's only 9. There we go. Virus on a 15.6 to begin the times at the moment.
Yeah, it seems like just testing the water, getting used to the track. It's a very hard track. look it up. A lot of people call it the Monaco. Second Monaco was really tight, very hard to keep up in the circuit.
Timmer with a 17.1, just behind 007 314 in the Ferrari.
Oh, got a spinner. RS Chico.
That's Checo in the Williams. Used to be formerly Zombie Head.
There. Oh, that's Zombie Head. Oh,
Yeah. Formerly Zombie Head. Now, little clan tag. Now, one of the biggest unfortunate things of tonight is there's no Mercedes. We've just had a patch literally this afternoon that has changed the Mercedes from silver to black, which everybody was screaming for, amongst other things, but everybody was screaming for that Mercedes and we don't even get to see it. Not tonight anyway, you'll see it tomorrow.
That is a shame.
We'll see it tomorrow, hopefully. Right, as they continue. 11 viewers at the moment, which is... hopefully they'll pick up towards the race. Yeah, we are just getting ourselves through Q1 and 2 at the moment in a kind of practice session because of the numbers.
Yeah, it's for these guys, as long as none of them have been out, they're all going to get a nice little practice before they actually have to set up and represent time. So, nice little practice for them.
Oh, Rogues. Rogues,
just went wide.
Rogues dropped it. I'm not on a card anywhere near to see how he's retired that, but he has. Well, we're going to have 8 in
That's on the
Q3.
pitch straight.
Yeah, we're going to have 8 in Q3.
Yeah.
All you had to do was set a slow lap. Jeez. Didn't even have to go quick.
Bother another victim to turn 3, I believe it is, on the turn 4. He was running a bit too wide there.
Yeah, all you had to do is just like set a slow lap, guys. In this. As we got time, we're kind of dawdling at the moment because Q1 is a bit meh. Let's go over the runners and riders in full, shall we? So let's start off with the Williams. Checo, who has lost his front wing. He's got no front wing. Please, just casually put it in the pits. Thank you. Yes, we have the Williams of, we mentioned TSRC Rogue. I believe he's brand new. But yet, you are right. I feel like I've seen a Rogue before in RSF1. But RS Checo, obviously, we used to be Zombie Head. What do we think of that team, Top Notch? For Williams.
Yeah, I like the Williams car, and yeah, I'm pretty sure it is Rogue. And yeah, Zombie Head should be a good team there. Them two.
Yep. Next up, we got the Alpha Dowry of Timmer, who we know very well, and Daniel P45. I think these two, no offense to the other teams, I think these two might be one of the contenders for the constructors, Top Notch, because they both know this league very well. They both know league racing very well, and Tier 5 is almost the development league as well. Quite a few of these drivers have never been in RSF1 before, never been in league racing before. But these two definitely have. Obviously, we know Daniel from last season in F4. Was occasional front runner, Top Notch, but I think he was very unlucky last season in F4. Is that correct in saying?
Yeah, I think he was up against a couple of guys that just had the edge on him. I think with you know, some of the really fast guys in there last year, like Maniac and guys. I think they just had the edge over him. So, you know, good to see what he can do in a clear raid. Really quite represent up the front most of the time. I think he can be a really good driver.
Oh! Damien, the Alfa Romeo, meantime, got within 0.02 of Military Virus his time on a 15.6. So at least early doors, at least we might have a pole position battle here. Notch. A very, very good time there from Jamie, one of the new guys, but we'll get to him. Renault is currently one of the teams that has no drivers in it, so Renault is there for the taking, guys watching. If you're F5 pace, obviously, if you're new to the stream and are interested in joining, then please put your interest in the chat, and we can potentially get you in. If you're the correct pace, of course, it's not necessarily.
15.6, and think I could beat that, and there's a car waiting for you.
Yes, all good. Next team is Haas, which has Military Virus and RSF1 Locker. Virus, obviously, we know from... He was F4 last season, wasn't he? Military Virus.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Didn't see much of him, to be honest, at the front. So, this tier could be good for him. Obviously, next season... Obviously, last season's game was very different to this one. Yeah, he could be interesting. And Locker, unfortunately, if he watches this back, Locker, the thing I most remember him is 2 corners away from winning the very first round in F5 last season, and he dropped it. Sorry, that's the last time I'm going to remind you, Locker. Very last time. But no, again, Locker, I don't think had the best of luck last season. Had the pace, I felt, for tier 5. But yeah, didn't have the best of luck to go with it. But yeah, I think that's another team, Haas. I think any team that has 2 wise hands of the lead notch are going to be near the top.
Yeah, I think Locker what a good start to the season this season. If I remember rightly, he had a couple of good races to start with, and then he was stuck on like 27 points for 8 races or something. So he had really good pace, but he just seems to not be able to put it on the track and in the races. So hopefully he can this season and suit him a bit better.
Yeah. Red Bull currently has only 1 driver present, and that is Slipping Sauce. Interesting name tag. Completely brand new to the league as far as I'm aware. I've not seen him before. So again, a few of these drivers will be unknown to us, and they'll be revealing their traits and their good tracks and their bad tracks as the season unfolds. Alfa Romeo is a full team, and they're both here tonight, so that's great to see. And that is RSF1 Scotsman, obviously former Haas driver of F4 last season, and a brand new driver of Jamie 24. Obviously, we know about Scotsman Notch. What do you remember? What do you remember of him in particular from last season?
Yeah, good driver. Not too much. I can remember him being out front a few times, but more of a midfield runner. I don't mind saying that. So yeah, it'd be good to see him again in a tier that they probably challenge up front. Because he was just a good driver. Just a few drivers in F4 last season that gave him the field, I feel.
Yeah. Next team is the one that we're currently on board with, McLaren, and that has BVB4 and Bodder. So again, another team similar to Haas and Alfa Romeo, 2 well-known drivers, 2 drivers that know the league very, very well. Obviously, Bodder really losing it at turn 6 there. That would have been interesting. Just about manages to keep it. Yeah, Bodder and 4 together. I think this will be a very interesting team. Notch, obviously, Bodder used to be Toro Rosso. Was he in tier 4? I think.
Yeah, he was in Toro Rosso, and season 1 he was in tier 3. So now that Bodder has got some rapid pace in his hands, just getting a bit of practice and getting back into it, I think, more than anything.
And obviously, 4 we all know are 2 very popular drivers in McLaren. And the next is the Mercedes, obviously in their black livery now. Again, unfortunately, we're not going to see them tonight, but hey ho. Sim Racing and Kabuki are the 2 drivers in there. Sim Racing, don't know much of, although I know he was in last season, I believe, in Tier 5 a couple of times. Was it Tier 3? It might actually be in Tier 3. I don't remember him
Yeah, I
somewhere.
believe it was Tier 3.
Yeah.
I can remember, I'm pretty sure I can remember racing sim racing last season, so I believe he was quite good last season. Once it comes to this one, I started to struggle a little bit. Let's see what he can do in Tier 5 this season.
What about the other one, Kabuki?
Yeah, Kabuki, totally new name to me.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, bother. Oh, good save.
I don't know whether that was a save.
Totally new. That was a bit of a Kabuki.
I don't know whether that was a save or a weave of the wheel in frustration because he invalidated the lap.
Frustration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be.
That was so violent, I could have spat the car off in anywhere. He's currently the only one on track, and all credit to him. He's done 6 laps on these softs. He's getting his practice in.
Yeah, he's got a good feel for what the softs are going to feel like if he end up on them in the race at any point.
Racing Point, or Tracing Point, as it's now known of, because it copied Mercedes from last season. Currently only the one driver, so there is a Racing Point available. So the only driver in Racing Point at the moment is Stars Orphan, used to be Overcome Orphan from F5 last season, and Orphan has been in the league, I think, since the beginning. And he's always been known to me as the guy that never quits, that never gives up, regardless of whether he's of any pace. He could be 2-3 laps down, but still will not retire, or is very rare to retire. And so many drivers, so many people, not naming names obviously, but there are so many people I've known over the years that just give up so easily. I've been known to do it from time to time. He doesn't. Very rare do I see Orphan ever give up. I really, really hope that this season is his season, that he can get like good points, get the occasional podium, maybe even a race win there. Really hope he does well. Of course, I am neutral. It's just, I like his effort. And the last team is the Scuderia Ferrari of 007314. He is Stygian, over in F2 now, formerly F3, is his little brother. So he's in the league, made a few brief appearances last season, but he's back fully. And then the one game attack that everyone differs between pronunciation, it's either Tedist or Ted First, and I still can't. What is it?
Ted First.
So I still call him Tedist.
I've had confirmation of him as Ted First. He doesn't. I'm pretty sure he doesn't mind what people call him. He's been called worse.
Yeah, of course. There's the times in Q1 there. Again, practice session. Unfortunately, Rogue is going to have to wait another half an hour before he starts racing.
I've had a first comment, so I'm getting out there. Come on, Bodder, Team McLaren.
Yay, Team McLaren.
First comment I've had. So.
It's the first comment I've had actually. It's very, very quiet at the moment. 15 at the moment, but thank you very much for watching. I know obviously we don't have a full grids. Numbers are down, but again, we'll provide the action. So into Q2 we go. Obviously this is the session where they get to choose their tyres. But 007's retiring. I don't think you meant to do that, or don't think you're meant to do that, 007, but hey ho. Well, everyone is technically through actually, so they can do whatever they want. So out of those, Notch, if you had to pick one to win the Drivers' Championship, who would you pick?
Oh, that is a hard one.
Obviously, drivers will be added, so that's the difficult thing.
I think if Locker can get a good season in, I think he's got the pace to have a good season. I think he's just got to put some practice in, and not everyone likes every track. It's just doing your best at every track and trying to see it all the way through. And I think he could have a good season. So shout out to Locker. I think he might be up there at the end. Yeah, I think they can all season in this tier. It's very open tier.
Yep. As I said, it's very much in the unknown going into this. A few that we're seeing tonight are having their very first proper league race, and that's the thing with this tonight with the low numbers. There is another side to this. It is league rules. So if these drivers that aren't here haven't given a reason, that goes on their no-shows, and it's 3 no-shows, I believe, and then you're gone. So there is an opposite side to that. And of course, once we fill the grids, if drivers are more eager than others, they will get the seats. So I'm sure there's reasons. Of the names that we don't have, Notch, I'm sure there are good, proper reasons, because it's very unlike the people that aren't here to be missing a race. I mean, it is only a test race. It is still disappointing, but it is only a test race, so still. Anyway, on board with Jamie. It goes down into turn 1. Do you want to take us through the rest of the lap on board with Jamie?
Yeah, can do. These finds braking zone into turn 1. Nice exit out of there. Yeah, nice open. Braking for this one. It's a tricky corner. This one, you really want to catch the air as late as possible. On the power as early as possible. Stick around this right-hander. I'd love to stay off that curve as much as possible. I want to get in as easy as it on. Flick it into this left-hander and keep it out of that wide. Nicely through there. A little bit of slip, but that was alright. And this as you can, right left. Take as much curve on the exit as you can. So it's got nicely for this left-hander. Start of this second sector. Nicely through there. All the way, carrying as much speed for this little straight down here. This little right-hander, very tricky corner, got to brake as late as you possibly can, ride a bit of the curve, early on the power, and down to this swooping left-hander. Second to last corner. It's very hard to get the traction down, but you can get a couple of attempts out of there if you can get the traction down early. Nicely through the last one, open up the DRS and across the line. 17-0 on the mediums, not a bad lap there from Jamie 24.
Yeah, there's a couple of mistakes there. There was a very big moment. So you had 2 out of this corner that his teammates going around Scotsman. Scotsman's on the softs though. So Scotsman wants to go the alternate strategy. Sets a 15.4. Matches. Was that? No, it's 2 tenths quicker than what Virus did on the softs in Q1. So, and again, he wants to do very alternate strategy because of the numbers, you can set a slow lap on mediums and be safely going through the mediums. So he knows something different. We've had a spinner, and that is it's Daniel. He's round beginning of turn 1 or end of turn 1. Yes, they're going though, and no damage either. So he can continue on the tyres if he wants to.
Dimmer on mediums, 17.1.
Again, with all these
comment. Cough, rain to start the race. Sorry, I didn't say that. That was from Military Virus.
Oh goodness, really? I was going to say it looks very overcast qualifying.
Robert said evening gents from Alpha.
Evening Roberts. Evening Roberts. What do you think of the camera angles, Roberts? I'll just flip between the Haas, then you got the AlphaTauri, and you got the McLaren Bodo who's actually about to finish a lap. You can just see the very subtle differences between the cars, but here comes Bodo. This looks like to very near the other time set on medium, 17.2, just behind Timmer. So a decent lap from Bodo on the mediums. As our checker gets well out of his way.
Military Virus actually went fastest in the first sector.
Or 5 mil set to good enough. Again though, Jamie definitely made a few mistakes on his lap, so it kind of opens the door for Virus. Again, timing's not really anything at this stage, but looks like Forrest is going to be well ahead of Jamie. Yeah, 16.4 in the medium, 6/10 ahead.
As ERS on the exit of the last corner.
Yeah.
Nice lap there from Military Virus.
Yeah, very nice. Of course, other things were altered in the patch 106. So fingers crossed, hopefully everything is going to run smoothly tonight. But obviously we have had a few problems.
Yeah, we had one at the start of the evening, mate. We had from 1 to 15, I think.
Yeah, I did see that, yeah.
Things sorted itself out, which was good.
Yeah, I also when I was going for the driver select, I was able to select Sebastian Vettel and a couple of others. So, yeah, there's a thing. Well, here's Checo, flinging the car over for turn 6, very nice. Purple first sector. Of course, I have a slight biasness towards Williams, considering I drive for them myself in this season. And you're Alfa Romeo, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah. Oh!
Oh!
No, what are you doing? Wait. Why?
That could have been all over.
Goodness me, how is he still driving?
Yeah, but that left front wheel was gone.
Okay, that was far too wide going into that corner to get the slide in. Right, crying out, Jesus. I promise I'm neutral. I promise I'm not tensing up whenever that Williams nearly flies into the front wall. It was then the action that he did afterwards when he had the slide. It was like he almost went.
Thought he was going to be out of power out of that.
He thought he was going to take the next corner flat. You got damage on your front wing. I do love these camera angles. I do love them. I made a bedders. Took me about half an hour to go through every car. That's the thing. You have to set the angles right on every single car until you get it right. Right. Daniel's on his way through.
We're on 28 in the chat. Yvonne, 28 in the chat, so hello. Mate.
Evening. And your slight lock up into turn 1. Of course, to think, well, heavy lock up into turn 3. God, he's doing a Shane from last night. If you saw that notch, if you watched that race.
I haven't actually, mate.
Oh.
I watched some of it. I haven't seen all of it yet.
Straight cut up turn 6, so Daniel's lap is done. Yeah, Shane in last night's tier 3 test race, he basically locked up about 8 times a lap. I think he's still practicing no ABS at the moment.
Yeah, very very hard to get used to that. And we got Tim about to cross the line on softs. Didn't go faster there.
9 turns down must have been a mistake there. I'm surprised him and Bodder actually. I'm surprised him and Bodder are going on the soft tyres. Although, actually saying that, there must be rain at the start of the race because otherwise they wouldn't be doing so.
Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot about that.
Sunny
So
Academy.
it doesn't matter what tyres they go on. They've got the advantage of being able to go on them soft if they want to.
And I'm telling you now, for anybody who hasn't tested wet weather racing at this game, it is different. It is very different. It's a lot more difficult, in my view anyway. So, way I describe it...
Timonic says camera looks good, Brundle.
Yay. Again, thank you Timonic. Thank you very much. Again, to some people maybe only a slight difference, but when you flip between the cameras on all the other cars, you can see the differences on each one. I mean, on board this Williams, as Checo once again goes purple sector 1. Don't do the same thing again, please, Checo. You can see the wheels, all of them as they hit the corners. You can also see the steering wheel turning. So, and obviously anybody that's on the streaming account will be able to use it throughout the rest of the season, of course, unless we change it. But I think we'll stick with it.
Yeah, I think it looked good.
Solid lap from Checo.
Chow in the chat saying Honda car sounds so good. I think they all do, mate. I think the game sounds and looks amazing this year. The little bugs that have let it down, unfortunately.
Yeah. 17.4 from Checo. And once again,
Something I am excited about is to see the wet weather. That's going to be very interesting.
yeah. Yeah, well described wet weather on this game. So last game for me, I run medium traction just to be aware. As Checo's had another one. He's
A big one.
He's a lucky boy.
Is that 10-4, 10-3?
Yeah.
Very lucky.
Take it back to the pits, Checo. Enough. That's enough for Q2. Yeah, I run a medium traction. Just everyone's aware. I don't run traction control off. I'm on medium. I felt on last game, I felt it was too easy. I felt, you know, for somebody who doesn't like wet weather, I love wet weather. Wet weather racing. I think it's great. I thought it was too easy last game. I thought those that didn't like wet weather, I think it was too easy for them. This game, my first thought was, if it's difficult for me, it's going to be horrendous for people who don't like wet weather. I think on this game, wet weather is going to be even more of a different playing field than it was last game.
Yeah,
obviously
and the
we had
fact
to
that we can't change our cars after we've selected our platform thing, so once you've picked Q1 setup, you're stuck with it. It's very interesting, I think.
Yeah, traction in wet weather is so much more difficult. There are corners that were flat on last game wet weather. Now they're not flat at all. You get a Daniel again invalidates his lap, which that corner there, end of the middle sector notch, that has been catching people out all week, hasn't it? With the trap limits and everything. The worst corner on this track.
Very hard to do it and do it fast. Is, you know, lap after lap is very hard. I can't talk to them that can do it. Want this track.
Would have been a 15.5.
Honest.
Would have been a 15.5 for Daniel. He must be running with less assists than he on last game, because he's locking up not all over the place, but he's locking up more than usual. He definitely wasn't locking up on last game, Notch. Once again, set to 1. And again, validates into turn 5. He's lucky though, because he should be going through, but yeah, trap limits catching Daniel out a bit. Which is another thing on this game, Notch. As we both know, trap limits are... What's the word? What's the word you give them? Different?
I've never liked them on this game, to be honest. I think they should be a little bit more lenient.
Jeez.
I mean, like that. Probably didn't gain any time running wide there, but that's still feel like need to validate it.
I think what the issue is, I feel on strict, which is obviously what we're running, and what we always have been running since last game as well, is they're more consistent, I feel, on this game. They're not as, you know, they're not perfectly, they're not perfectly consistent. There are still a few areas, but they're more consistent than what last game. Last game you could still get away with quite a few things on strict, But I think the issue is that regular is too lenient. Regular
Yeah, I
can
think
get
if
away with too
regular-
much.
If regular was a little bit more strict, I think that would be a perfect setting for it.
That's what it is, isn't it? Regular needs to be more strict, or strict needs to be less strict. There's not a happy medium, is there? I don't think there ever will be,
there's not.
to be honest.
It's very hard to judge that and probably code that into the game, but a little bit of lenience, just, you know, that if you watch an actual Formula 1 race and an actual qualifying session, it's very rare that if they go
Just watch
a couple
Austria.
of inches over the track, they'll disqualify them from that lap. That just doesn't happen very often. If they really let the track extend, then yeah, but they always track extend. They're always trying to get the most out of the track, and that's a part of their job. So,
I'll tell you the one thing you need to see. Actually, is a perfect explanation of this. Lando Norris's last 2 laps in the first race of Austria. Oh, Orphan's joined. Yay! We have 10! We have a grand total of 10! Woo, Orphan. Thank you, Orphan. He's going to have a wet race to begin with. Sweet. We are just waiting for Scotsman and Checo to retire, but we've got 13 seconds, so why on earth not? Yeah, what I was saying. Lando Norris's last 2 laps is on YouTube somewhere, on the F1 channel, I think. On the first race of Austria, where he got that podium, because he had to go like qualifying laps to beat Hamilton, who had a time penalty. Watch the amount of times he track extends, and I'm not bringing him down. Don't get me wrong. I love that podium that he got, but compare what he did to compare what we then try and replicate on this game in Austria. That's 3 penalties, I think. 3-second penalties on the dot. And the amount of times he's gone it. I mean, it's all over the place. Anyway, there's the time. Scotsman only won on the softs, but if we have a wet start, which apparently it is, those are kind of meaningless, but here we go into Q3. We're now here, so battle for pole position. Let's begin.
yeah, this is where it really matters. Get a nice little start off at line. You want to be in that top half of the grid, even if there is just 10 people. Still counts quite a bit around this track, as we know it's hard to overtake around here.
Tell you one thing as well, if there's a wet start, you're going to need track positioning. Yeah, going to need track positioning, so this is going to be a very vital qualifying session. You want that clean air, you don't want that spray, do you? The spray is awful. Absolutely awful.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think even just driving behind your car in the middle sector around this track, close, is hard enough as it is. Along in the wet with the spray.
Right, who do you reckon is going to get pole? Who looks strong in those sessions? Even though, should we really take those times in Q1 and 2 into account? Were they actually pushing? I think Military Virus looks strong. I think it's between Virus and Jamie, I would say. What would you say?
I'm not sure. I think Bodder can possibly get up there if he can hook a lap up nice and clean the lap. I think he can possibly get up there. Yeah, Military Virus does look good.
Right.
Anybody in chat think they know who can get pole position? Do let us know.
Yeah, please do. Right, let's ride on board with Military Virus as he goes across the start-finish line, going down into turn 1 first hairpin braking just before the 50-metre marker board, down into second gear, hook up the apex and then open up the DRS, up through the gears, down into turn 3, downhill left-hand, it's got very bumpy, carry the speed through, turn 4 is completely flat out, and then 5 and 6, 5 is completely flat, but 6 is the very tricky corner, to ease off a little bit, just keeps it in the the white lines, turn 7. Got to mind the curb on the right hand side, and then this chicane can get very wrong very quickly because of the curbs if he manages to avoid them. And then this left, right, and then left section, you've got to use the curbs, but don't go over them too much, they will upset the car. And then the end of the section, you've got to fling the car in, hope it sticks, and it does. 3-8 for Virus, it's all good. And then these last 3 corners, 90-degree right hander, and then this long left hander you got there, so a big heavy bump as you turn in. You've got to get that right. He does so. Mind the pit ball on the inside. You can't lose it there. Open up the DRS, and he's going to set a 15.1, which is the fastest we've seen tonight. So good stuff from Virus. Daniel goes to 16.3.
Just behind him on a 16.3. Behind him, Jamie 24.
Oh.
Just misses out on pole with 15.2. Bottom on a 15.6.
Scotsman's had enough, 29.2 for him. And the last one is Double. Tim is still in the pits, and Double's had enough somewhere as well. So that's his first run gone. So first blood to Military Virus, who's had it off at turn 6. Oh, and then in front of him, that was that Timmer? No, that was Daniel. He's had it off just further along.
Oh, and a
Daniel.
little bit further down the road.
Was that Virus again?
I think he was just letting someone out of the way. He slowed up and again, so he was just getting out of the way of someone. Good work.
Right, so Timmer decided to go out in a much clearer track than everybody else. I've seen quite a few people do this tactic actually, of waiting for the others to go rushing out and then waiting themselves. What do you think, Notch? What's your kind of tactic in qualifying? Do you want to get out there as quickly as you can? Do you kind of time it?
I tend to wait, I do. I kind of like to have a nice clear track and not have to worry about people coming up behind me. There's been times before where I've had really good pace, but just someone up tinkering behind me, it's just made me nervous. I'm thinking more about what's going on back there than what's coming up. Yeah, so have a clear. The only thing you've got to time it quite nicely is you have people coming out onto out laps because you're not going. So bit of a wobble there for Timmer.
Yeah, try to get the turning in. I'll just hit the curb on the inside. So getting these curb. Yeah, I knew that as soon as he turned the wheel, he was going to go straight over the curb, and he does. So that's this lap gone. Timmer. Right, who's next?
I've seen it through all the tiers. Quite a few people struggling with this track, and it is just this track. It's very hard to be fast and keep it within the white lines, really.
Yeah. Double's going to be next in the Ferrari. Yeah, you can see obviously the difference, the biggest difference in the cameras is the this Ferrari here in the Haas, but the Ferrari in particular is much more further back. That's the way the car is built. But Double is going to set his lap now. Haven't seen much of Double really this session, really top notch, so it's difficult really to gauge what he can do, but see how he gets on. A bit of a wobble, similar to turn 1, but see how he carries on. Nicely up to turn 6, got plenty of ERS to use, flings the car in, very nice.
26.7 first sector.
Purple first sector, it was all good. Nicely through the chicane, car looks very planted. I think he's on the wheel. Yeah, movements looks like he's on a wheel.
Looking very smooth.
53.7, that was quicker than Virus's middle sector, I think. I think Virus was a 53.8. This is a solid lap. There's a car off ahead of him, of a Haas. Oh, that's such a shame. That is such a shame. That is Virus, actually.
I think that's going to cost him about a tenth. That will have cost him a little bit because he had to correct, but
15.7.
puts him fourth. I think he lost a couple of tenths there in that traction zone coming out of that corner.
He definitely had to ease off from ironically the guy he was trying to beat. Saying that Virus did a Rosberg, but oh, and Checo's off. Checo's had an off. 10-6. Checo in the Williams. Back to go off to the left. We'll see on board a double. There he is. Oh, big off. Goodness me, the car's pointing right the wrong way.
To that wall I've seen in this game so far. I think if you remember rightly back to last season, there was quite a few people going into that wall, even in the higher fields. It's easily done.
Just going to check 007's... Actually, yeah, can you check 007's sector times compared to Virus? Because I'm pretty sure he was ahead of Virus going into that moment. So my 54.3.
Done a 27th lap in sector 2 and a 21.9 in sector 3. The 10th down in sector 2. The 6th tenth down in sector 3.
Yeah, so he did lose a lot
He was
in
2
that
tenths
last
up in
sector.
sector 1. Yeah,
Yes.
he did lose quite a bit.
Yeah, from that moment that Virus had ahead of him. Timmer goes 7th on a 16.5. Who's going to be next? I think Daniel. Yeah, Daniel's half a second up. Daniel 15.4 goes 3rd. Up Dowries, 3rd and 7th. Currently, Military Virus holds the pole. A wobble there for Scotsman. Apparently, I noticed in the Williams chat, because every team now has a Discord chat which they can talk about their setups and race plans and all that. Apparently he's testing out a new setup for the first time as Checo, as Scotsman has a massive wobble. Goes purple middle sector though. This looks like a solid lap, but he had a massive moment as he came into the final sector. The last 2 corners gives that pit wall a big gap. Can he go 15.9 for 6th? Just over a minute to go, Notch. This is where it's all done now. And Daniel's in the pits, so Daniel is done for the day. Who is going to take this?
Double border, James and Rich Morris on that laps. I wonder if they're all going to make it. Double is, border is, which Morris is. James could be very close to make it.
Scotsman's done. He's invalidated his lap and he won't make it round again, so Scotsman P6 at best. No, P6 is where we'll start, so Double's going to be first. And slight twitch on the exit turn 1, but keeps it stable enough. I definitely think he's capable. He lost 6 tenths in the last sector. He's definitely capable. Match is his first sector.
Very nice through there. Full confidence. Yeah, it's looking good.
Qualifying's over. So this is the last couple of laps. It's going to be the first. And it's going to be Bodder right behind. Then Virus and then Jamie. Oh no! Lap's gone for Double. Too wide in that. I think that's turn 11. The Double is gone. But it's the last three. Bodder first. Currently P4 at the moment. Looks this could be an improvement actually. It is 15-3. Very close from Bodder. Goes to third. Virus goes to a 14-7. Meantime, and Jamie.
Jamie's 2 temps up.
I've lost connection. No. You're gonna have to tell me.
Jamie's up. And it's still second position.
What do you do?
Well, I'll tell you in a second when his time come up.
God damn it.
Jamie on a 14.8. 4-0. Under a tenth between the top two, and then 5 tenths back to Bodder in third position.
Oof. Right, apologies for this, guys. Rare that this happens. Hopefully I can join him time back for the race.
Just take a screenshot just in case they want to see them times.
There we go. Apologies for that, everyone, but it'll be fine still. It's got kicked from the servers.
Oh, it's not torrential rain, but there's rain.
Intermediates. It looks like intermediates to me.
Yeah, we are going to see one of the Mercedes on track, I think.
Oh no, I see dry tyres.
Yeah, this could be much like real life.
No.
A very tricky decision to make for these drivers.
All the things, really?
Just like the Haas did in real life.
Dry tyres on a wet track.
Out of order, if you ask me. 10-second penalty there.
Yeah, it kind of was.
I think that's a silly rule, because then teams really need, to make moves like that and
so is
get
that
themselves up. I think it was inspired move.
Yeah. Is that a tyre glitch thing, or are we actually on a dry tyres on a wet track kind of situation, which would be again a test race, and we get these conditions? Great.
This makes great for season 3.
Does it?
Yep, I can't wait.
Oh jeez.
As long as there's me that's not driving it.
Can you imagine if this was the first race, right? First race in Australia of all places, which does get rain, but can you imagine first race of the season and you get this, it's raining and you're on dry tyres. Just like, we'll see as they load it up. It could be a race director glitch thing, I don't know.
Good to see these guys, even though there's a few of them still not readied up. It's important.
Were they not ready enough, which is good. I'd rather they do this.
Good to see.
19 viewers for watching, thank you very much. 10 drivers, but should be an entertaining race anyway. Hopefully we don't get many retirements, because if we're whittled down to like 4 or 5, it'd be interesting. But still, these guys, they're still getting their extra practice, their extra testing times in. And I know we're missing a few names, but already from that session it looks to me like Military Virus and Jamie might be the ones to watch. Still very early days.
Definitely.
Still early days, but that is a big indication that those two might be one of the front runners. I'll be very well behaved. There we go. Lot of readies up.
Yep.
Anything can happen, I guess. With this is out in the open. Whoever comes out of this on the winning side is going to be very well congratulated. Certainly for me. Here we go. Test race for Tier 5 pre-season, if you will. Oh yeah, dry tyres on the damp track. I mean, yeah. And there's spray.
Yeah.
And there's spray. What on earth is it? Well, to be fair, we're yet to experience this stuff, not haven't we? Because I don't think anyone has seen this yet. But is anybody gonna... Right, let's run us through the grid.
Can they? Right, so we are going to get to see the Mercedes in 10th position.
Yay! Black Mercedes.
Didn't get to see him in qualifying, but Star Sovereign 6 in 10th position, and then in 9th position TSRC Rogue in Williams, and then in 8th position Timmer in the Alfa Tauri, and then in 7th position I'm always going to do that. Checo in the old Williams. It's hard not to say the RSF1 on the end. So there we go. We'll get to say it. RSF1 Scotsman in the Alpha. And then in 5th position, double 07.
Yeah.
07.
The 007. I think
Ferrari.
James Bond. I think James Bond when you go to double.
Yeah. And then in 4th position, we've got the other Alpha Tauri of Daniel P45. And then a welcome back from me to Bodder. I know he was contemplating whether to get this or not, and I'm glad to see him back in the McLaren in 3rd position. And then Jamie 24 in the other Alpha in 2nd position.
Turn. Jesus.
A little bit wide, but yeah,
Yep.
still made the corner. And then pole position today in the Haas. Maybe we'll get to see this Haas up the front in Tier 5 a bit more. Yeah, pole position military virus.
Thank you very much. I have absolutely no idea how this is going to go. Look at there's spray coming off the tyres. They're on dry tyres on a wet track. Please be careful going into turn 1, guys. The traction is going to be unbelievable. Are we going to see a few guys going into the pits at the end of the first lap? We could even had that situation as they all start
I've just
lining
had a
up.
graphic with 3 pit stops, so anything can happen in this one.
Yeah, here we go. So 3, 4, 5 lights, and the lights out and away they struggle. Goodness me, look at them struggling off the line. Oh, it is.
It's
the spin at the start. I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen. Safety car. Yay. Well, at least all still moving. Who's that spun? That's Daniel.
Get onto Inters.
Yep, that's
This
Daniel.
is atrocious.
Goodness me. So Daniel's had a spin. Scotsman is at the back as well. He's got no front wing. They've all passed the safety car as well. You can see the safety car in the background there. Is it came up behind the leader.
I got a feeling
Orphan's up too.
Start into the pits.
So here we go. So it's just sorted itself out. It does that. It still does that, I noticed after the batch, but here we go. So Virus has got the lead. Jamie 2nd. Bodder 3rd. Checo and Rogue, both Williams, managed to get through there unscathed. 3rd and 4th. Timmer with no damage. Orphan with no damage in 7th. And then the 3 that got caught up, Scotsman, Double, and Daniel, all with wing damage, massive wing damage at the back. Surely these guys have got to go onto intermediates. They got no grip at all.
Yeah, unfortunately, all them guys that had a really good start are still going to have to pit. Unfortunately for them intermediates, 'cause I don't think they're going to have to stay out on these.
Will they though? That's the thing.
Mediums or softs.
Virus is in. Oh no, he's not. Virus was in, and then he changed his mind. Is anyone going to go in the pits?
Staying out. I've had a
Staying
different pit graphic already. The last one had 3 stops. This one has 2. Very strange.
Again, the timings have all muddled again. Because few are in the pits actually. Scotsman, Orphan, neither are in damage. They're going to go on to intermediates. No, hards for Orphan. Inters for Scotsman.
Double.
Inters for Scotsman, and he's going for it. This is really weird because the spray's coming up notch for intermediates, but is it there?
Scotsman's going to be the one that win if it is there. Do things like that, mate. You've got to keep it on the track, especially when the safety car's out. This is crucial.
Yeah. DRS is still active, isn't it? We haven't had a notification saying it's come off.
Yet.
No.
It's not been activated yet.
We never had a chance.
We don't really know.
We never had a chance, did we? Jesus.
I'm gonna go around again.
As I was saying though, this is the first time in this game. The first time on this game, Notch, that we've had this situation where it's dry tyres on a wet track. And on the last game, it was a thing, wasn't it? It was rare, but it was a thing. Where it was...
Yeah, we had... sorry to interrupt you, but Junior's put in the chat, Daniel on no assist, so I think that might have had something to do with it. Too much wheel spin off the start.
Well, there was a couple of spinners actually there. Daniel must be one of them. But to be fair, can you blame them? The traction must have been absolutely terrible off this.
Especially with no assists.
It's hard to tell whether Scotsman has made the right call with this or not. The spray is there. And you can see the rain coming down.
Asking for Scotsman to see if we can see if there's much grip on them intermediates.
Doubles in the pits.
Double with a 5-second penalty there.
He'll be able to serve that, wouldn't he?
Not sure.
Keep an eye on him.
Already on his way.
Oh, he's already on his way. That can't have been. No, that can't have been. Hard to say with Scotsman because he's not going for a throw.
He has gone to the intermediates though.
Yeah. This is... I don't know. I really don't know. And to be fair, Notch, the only ones that will know are the drivers, because they'll be asking Jeff what the weather conditions are like. Because you can ask Jeff and it will say, you know, what's the right tyre?
Yeah.
It's a thing that we don't know, actually.
It looks to me like intermediates, but knowing this game, it's very hard to say.
Well, we don't know.
If we're going to see double on the back of the grid, back restart, or if we're going to have to do another lap. I think we might just see it on the back.
Neither double or Scotsman were going full throttle. So I can't really tell whether this is the right call or not. The double is going very cautiously. And he is getting a little bit slidey, but...
Yeah, gonna go for another lap.
Any more in the queue gonna take that decision? I think it's weird saying it. It's weird saying it, but I don't think it's intermediates yet. Look how much Double's struggling. He's trying to catch up to the pack. Oh,
Scotsman's just overtaken.
I don't know how he's done now.
He has.
I don't know how he shouldn't have been able to. He shouldn't have been able to.
Very strange. It seemed that Timmer was rolling and he just past him.
Yeah, this is the first time we've had mixed conditions, Notch, on this game, so we're kind of in the unknown with this in terms of how. So, oh, virus! Nearly ploughed into the back of the safety car. Oof. I'd be giving that safety car a bit of a wider berth there, Varius. It doesn't brake jet, but all it's going to take is one missed braking zone. Hard to say. Safety car in this lap.
Safety car in this lap.
Here we go, bunching up.
It's show on the road.
Keep the space. Oh, turn one's going to be interesting. Cold tyres. They're still going to have gold tyres going into this. I would love to know. Scotsman, but Varus has got to control the pace. He's got to decide when to floor it. When does he go? Safety car's just coming in. He's still got to wait. Still got to wait. When is he going to drop it? Jamie's trying to follow him, but got a massive slide. And again, he can't get the power on, and he's going to be completely overwhelmed. Look, he can't get the power on at all. And Rogue's got past him. The free Scotsman is in the middle of intermediates. Virus is gone. Rogue's up on the inside. He couldn't brake. Scotsman's through up to second. Maybe it is intermediates. Look at Notch. Not Notch. Scotsman, he's flying. As Rogue and Bodder going side by side through this. What are you doing? Oh, goodness me. Orphan's trying to go side by side with Tim as well. Oh no, Tim is straight off. Tim is straight off at turn 6. Backwards. Oh, Jamie just misses him.
Meanwhile, Scotsman chasing down Military Virus as well.
I don't know, I think Scotsman's made the right
A
call.
little bit of a mistake.
Oh, safety car again. Woo. Safety car number 2. Well, that was chaos.
Yep, that's Orphan with no front wing.
Much Debbie on the track, clearly. He is on the hard tyres. They're going to be probably not the best in this. Is anybody else going to go to Inters, though? Daniel stays out.
Roberts has said the rain's looking heavy. Yeah, I think you might be right, mate. The mediums are done for now.
I still can't tell whether it's the right... I mean, Scotsman flew through the pack in that opening couple of corners, but so many went wide that their tyre temperatures were just freezing cold. Bodder's in, Timmer's in, 007's in, Daniel's in too, so double stacking the Alpha Tauri. Oh! That never should have happened. Hard tyres, but intermediates for Daniel. He's changing strat.
Yeah. So still mixed between these guys. We don't really know what's best yet.
Mediums for all of them. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, Valerius got a good start. Managed to control the wheel spin, but as you saw on board with Jamie, who was second, he could get no traction at all, and everybody else went flying past. 3 wide into turn 1 in damp conditions on dry tyres. Somehow they managed to get through that. It was Orphan in turn 6. Well, welcome to Tier 5, I guess. Thank you, Rain. Thank you, game. Wow.
That makes it very interesting.
Oh! Look at Checo and Williams power sliding his way through the corner.
No, still not coming in.
Yeah, they'll be constantly radio in to their Jeffs. They'll be radio in to basically to say which is the right tyre. Because at the moment, I don't think anyone knows. We haven't really had enough racing to tell. I mean, on the restart, Scotsman flew up, so he had the better traction. But is he going to have the correct, required traction throughout the rest of the track? I mean, the spray is there. What do you think, Notch? Dries or inters?
I'm going to stick with inters. I think that's inters at the moment.
I think
spray coming off
inters.
the tyres are just enough for me.
I think inters are the safer. I feel inters are the safer of the two, I'd say. Oh, 007. Collision with Timmer. You've got to keep the space. Look how close they are in the gap of the safety car. Gotta give.
Ah, and Jacko's lost a bit of front wing, hitting the Scotsman up rear end.
You got to give the car in front at least.
Make a decision.
Yeah, I'd say you pit. Yeah, because safety car's not in, he has to pit. It'll be a sitting duck otherwise.
A chunk of his wing come off. Right end plate.
I always give about a car's width, and I'm always to the left or right of the car in front. For me, whatever side of the track they're on, I'm on the opposite side. Because with lag spikes or braking, and Checo is in. I thought for a second he wouldn't.
Peeling into the pits.
What does he go on now, though?
Left it for the last second.
If he stays dry tyres, he can take hards to the end. Be on the same strategy as Bodder, Timmer and Double. No, not Double, Bodder and Timmer.
Might do. Looks like hard time.
Good choice, I think. Thing I would say, stays dry, or everyone stays on dry tyres, if that makes sense. Always, whoa, Virus. Scotsman nearly hit the back of Virus. If it stays on dry tyres, Notch, Bodder and Timmer look very strong. Although Timmer's now collided with Double. The two of them, they're like magnets. Stay apart. Goodness me. Well, Timmer's not going to be very happy about that. But yeah, Bodder and Timmer, they look very strong on those hard tyres. If they can keep up with the guys in front, they don't have to pit. And the rain stopped. Notch, the rain stopped.
I think you're right.
What?
Yeah, you're right.
That was sudden. Wait. There was
Second
no...
time penalty for Timmer.
Were you seeing that? Was that too sudden, or all of it? It just stopped. Like, immediately.
It just stopped. Safety car in this lap.
Well, now it's dry tyres, surely.
Oh, Checo nearly hit Orphan up the rear end then. That would have been 2 wings in 2 laps.
Bottas somehow got past Jamie on the safety car as well.
Nice work.
There's still... the track is still damp though, isn't it? It may have stopped raining, but it's still damp. So, who's going to get the good restart? And away they go, and Scotsman is now really struggling. Rogue's on the back of him. As they go off the restart, Virus got a good restart here, but here comes Rogue. Up on the inside, down to turn 1. It's still going to be very, very tricky. Gets the move. Down, but now Bottas good right behind Scotsman. Sideways, Scotsman's off.
Scotsman had a slip.
Oh no, he's not.
At the
Managed to
turn
hold
1.
it.
Got his teammate just behind him on mediums.
Surely those dry tyres.
Yeah, definitely no.
That was really sudden,
that was a very fast change. Oh, Scotsman looking very slidey.
Yeah, grip's all gone.
Going to give up, and he's holding up his teammate here.
Yeah, this is not good for Jamie.
He's meaning to.
Yeah, it's still very tricky though. You cannot get on those curbs even on dry tyres. But look how Scotsman, he's all over the place. Jamie can't get through. Timmer's right behind. Timmer right around the outside. Timmer right around the outside.
Oh, and Timmer make the move on Jamie.
Nice.
He's going to try to move on Scotsman.
Oh.
Thought about it. Took a tap at the rear end.
That was more
Don't
than a
think
tap.
James got any damage.
Oh, they all
Gone for a
both of
move
them are
around the
trying-
outside.
Sorts. Oh, Rogue. Just a spin though. Under 6th, no damage. Tim is up to 3rd. Bod is 2nd. This is hectic. Very hectic race. Orphan's up to 5th. In that.
Yeah, Orphan started at the back. Had a very bad start to the race, but he's made his way up there with some persistence.
Keeping his
Military Virus just stretching away at the front.
yeah, medium tyres though still. Oh, Rogue! Scott. Oh.
Nice.
Rogue's at a very DRS enabled. Is
Seeing part time.
the lead. Tyres though. Bodder at this moment in time, Notch will take the net race lead. He can keep with Virus, because he has a bit of a wobble there. If he can keep with Virus, he will take the lead ahead of him by quite a way. Made the strategy call.
Yeah, I think you're right.
3rd.
He's got Jamie right behind him on the mediums.
Oh. And you've got Orphan. Bad. Yeah, running his own race. He's got Checker behind in 6th. And Scotsman and Daniel, and then down to the pits, who's had a couple of us. In fact, he's retired. So down to 8. And on to lap 12.
Oh, and Jamie went a bit too hot into the penultimate turn. He was really close to the back of Timmer there. All he had to do was just see that last turn through, and he would have been on him. A lot closer than he is now. He's going to have to do another lap and try and get close to him.
Everyone's got to be very careful with the car of Double. He has officially retired, but that was a problem in the race previously. Oh, and that was the issue, because it just slammed on the brakes right in front of Checker, but Checker managed to get it out of the way. Scotsman. Yeah, car's gone. That was close for Checker there.
Yeah, Jamie managed to close back up to the back of Timmer. See if he can hold this middle sector. Try and get a run down the back straight.
Oh! He lost it though.
That's what he done last time. Just went a bit too wide.
Yeah, ran on the curves a bit too much there.
Yeah, lost a lot more time this time. Not in the DRS anymore.
Looking at conditions now, the sun's peeking through. What a weird race. Oh, and again, Jamie too much on the power. An overtake sometimes.
Jamie with a 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings.
He does need a pit, that's the thing. We'll need a pit soon. Mediums, how long do those mediums last? What, again, he's struggling.
I think you've got to take them about 15 laps. 14, 17 in between there, I'd say. And then 20 on the hards. I think the hards can do a lot more, but I think you can comfortably do 20 on the hards. Space. It's going to be intriguing to see if Bodder and Timmer can stretch them hards out to the end. Oh, Jamie had a big wobble. His tyres are starting to go off.
Jacko's got
Tavares
past
still
Orphan.
looking nice on his though.
Jacko's got past Orphan now.
Yeah.
Window open for him for softs, but I don't think he's going to pit again. I don't think Checo needs to pit again, so he can... Once Jamie pits, I think his target's going to be Timmer, see if he can catch him. I was thinking with Jamie's tyres look a little worse for wear, because remember they've gone through intermediate, it says it's been an off.
Jamie's lost it.
Oh yeah, he's had a couple of moments, he's obviously lost it. And 6. I'd say his tyres are gone, he's got a pit.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Got a pit for me. Because my fault is they've gone through damp conditions as well. They had to be worked a little bit more, so maybe these tyres may not go, but virus is still continuing.
Yeah, Virus is looking comfortable on his tyres at the minute. Jamie and Daniel, 3-second time penalties each.
Otter is still going to take the lead. Because I think it's about 20 seconds. I think Virus might even lose out to Timmer. He'll be on faster tyres as Jamie is done for the evening. He's in the pits. It's a shame, so we're down to 7, but continue puttering around.
Yeah, I think this car's come back out to track as well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they are spread out a little bit. Closest is Orphan, who's keeping up on the back of Checo there. Very nice. What do you think, Notch, with that Mercedes? Silver or black? Which looks better to you?
I like the black. I think that's quite nice. It's a nice change to them. They've been silver for a few years now, 5-6 years, so a nice little change. Do the team nice as well. Team good to have a nice little change in the car, I should think.
That's not best for Orphan, a 22.666 number of the beast. That's suggesting something that Orphan there in his lap time. Checo is pulling away from him. Checo is 10.5 seconds behind Timmer at the moment, so Timmer actually looks comfortable in that 3rd place.
Yeah, I wonder where military's going to come out in all this.
Yeah, he's extending the gap to Bodder, but surely those tyres can't have much more in them.
No, I shouldn't think they got many more.
He's going around again. He's going around again, lap 17.
And Bodder's actually starting to pull him in a little bit now.
Gone again.
As boys, Orphan's been pushing so hard to get on the back of Checo, RSF1 Scotsman on them hard, been eating away into his time, and he is on the back of him. With the RS down the back straight, I wonder if he's going to get the move of that first coolant. A little bit of saving there from Orphan, and Scotsman's put it to the inside, cut the corner a little bit. DRS again, and Orphan's run wide. It's going to be side by side into turn 2. And Scotsman's got the move around the outside. Nice move.
Sorry about this, guys. This is very rare. Obviously, something going on with this, with the service possibly. Normally not my end, but back in once again. Oh, here we go. The virus still continuing on. 17 laps now. Oh!
Yeah, thank you.
That's Matrona! Scotsman. That was so close. Nearly took out Orphan on the spot, lost it. Penultimate corner. Nearly backed out in front of him. Well, still a few laps to go. Lap 18 at the moment. The Scotsman's now going to recover his position.
Sure as all that work he's done. And I'm done.
Virus still not hitting.
In this lap. No. Maybe he's going to try and stretch that out to a soft run, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that, mate. Big ask to get one stop on the soft run. But he might feel that he might get out extra mode long enough. Maybe to lap 25 and then 10 laps on the softs.
Possibly. Again, though, I've not really seen this week mediums being pushed this much. The Scotsman's going to have a run on the back of Daniel. The RS Open using the overtake. And he's going to lunge it up on the inside of Daniel, slightly wide on the exit. Can Daniel retaliate? He can. And no, Scotsman's not going to have the traction. Stays up on the inside of turn 3. They're giving each other room. Good racing. Daniel's still on the inside of turn 4 and keeps the move. Fends off the attack.
Yeah, Scotsman tried to come back out and into 6th, but Daniel held the position with a 3-second time penalty.
Scotsman's still got overtake on. But now he turns it off. As Orphan made a little bit of a mistake and Daniel's through. I think Orphan's trying to get out of the way. He's not, he's lagging.
A jump there from Orphan.
Yeah. Maybe it's the server's having issues. He's very rare to have connection trouble. Meanwhile, Virus gone into the pits and has kept second place. But Boda has now got the lead and 7 seconds. Oh, as Scotsman. Scotsman nearly hit the pit lane wall. Yeah, so next question for me, Notch, is can Virus chase down Boda? As yeah, Orphan's definitely jumping a bit. Yeah, can Virus catch and pass Boda with 15 laps to go?
It seems to be cutting down that time a little bit. Taking laps to do it. Into that 5/10 lap. Then a bit on the back for the last few laps. Scotsman 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, too much on the curb.
Just trying to get onto the back of Daniel. Maybe have another go at him.
Yeah, Virus has already caught a second. No, a lap and a half.
Yeah, but we all know that it's hard to get round. You know, if you make the car wide at the back, it's really hard to get past someone. So, might get catch up to him, but is he going to be able to get past him?
Yeah, Tim looks very safe in third. So Tim would be very happy with that. He seems comfortable. Or the season at least.
Yep, looks like you can have a good season.
Yeah, battle seems to me at the moment Scotsman quite close to Daniel. Varus is definitely catching. Let's see the lap time. So Bodda with a nears personal best 20.4, Virus 18.7, 1.7 seconds quicker than Bodda on that lap, and sets the fastest lap in the process. Wow.
Yeah.
The amount of time. Checo's in the pits meantime.
Interesting, military vibes is going to be more on the intermediates than to do on the hards.
Definitely agree with you as well. It's all good catching Boris, then you've got to try and pass him.
Oh, he's now got his first glimpse of him, because you can see the back of him. Just off in the distance. And around this corner, you'll see his car just out round at the end of the last corner. On the straight, he's going to get him most clearing and driven. Target in the distance, what he's aiming for. Yeah, like you said. It's the one thing getting onto the back of him, but following a car around this track's not easy, even if you are a second faster. In that moment, on the first tyres.
So, in terms of spectating races, what track are you looking forward to the most this season?
Well, out of the new ones, definitely Vietnam. I'm very intrigued to see what our race is going to be like around Vietnam with 20 people.
I reckon that's going to be crazy.
Really interesting. Yeah, good to view and good to race. And then out of the old ones, probably most people's favourite to watch is Monza. Definitely one of my favourite to watch. It's always good racing around Monza. And you?
Can't wait for Zandvoort. Can't wait for Zandvoort, both racing and spectating. Because I just feel...
Another good track.
Yeah, the only thing I slightly wary of is overtaking opportunities. I think overtaking is going to be very tricky to do. Because even against AIs in career mode, really the only place I can overtake them is turn 1. A couple of other places, but it's really turn 1. And I feel like in league racing, I feel like that's going to be the only place.
Yeah.
He makes mistakes. Virus has got within 2 seconds. He can now, he can very clearly see Bodda. This is a lap or two away, I think.
How wide is Bodda able to make this car? You know, actually to stop military fighters coming past.
He's got plenty of EOS. He's got almost double EOS than what Virus has got. But I feel the rate that Virus has caught Bodda, I feel this is a matter of time. Is this just, he's going to get too good of an exit? Neither using overtake on this moment. Only Virus is waiting for turn 2, the exit turn 2 potentially. Yeah, he doesn't feel he's close enough yet.
Although he's a wise driver, he will make that car as wide as he can.
What I have noticed in this race specifically is, and you can see the difference, 14 lap better tyres that Virus is on. I think this is just strategy. I don't think this is pace, I think this is strategy. You see the tyre difference between the two, which, I might add, actually says the tyre life properly. Because we've had, in instances this season, as you can see, Bodo's really struggled with those tyres. 18 laps already on them. You can go to the end, but they're going to be worn out the last 10 laps.
He needs a couple of good corners, and especially this one coming up. He needs a good corner here, good exit. Yeah, he might be able to do this.
Here you go, Virus. Overtake is on.
Overtake.
They both up. So I was going to go for the lunge.
He's close enough to go for it.
He looked at it. You get a good exit. Goes, whoa! Oh, no, he's lost it! No! He was too eager. Too eager on the power. The front wing's gone. And Boda can breathe a sigh of relief potentially. I think he was holding it off very, very well. But Virus is too eager on the throttle. And the win's gone. It's handed the win to Boda, and it's handed second place to Timmer. Wow.
Sure has. He's going to struggle like crazy to get round there with no front downforce. I'm very eager to get on the power out of one, and yeah, like I said, just drop that straight into the wall.
And Timmer is going to be given second place. And I feel Virus. Look, yeah. Timmer's just got to be patient here. Virus is going to have no grip. Timmer's through. Wow. That's all it takes though, doesn't it? No, it's just all it takes. You think the job is done and you're too eager on the throttle and boom, it's gone.
Yeah, that is easy to do, especially out of the incline corners where traction is key.
And that's the one thing I do like about this here notch, is the guys that we have here last season, they didn't feature near the front too much. And this is their opportunity to feature at the front potentially.
Yeah, it's good to see.
But then it brings up the question of, well, how do these people, or how do these drivers act when they're at the front? Because when you're leading a race, it's a very different feel, isn't it? Rather than trying to chase someone down. When you're leading and trying to control a pace, trying to keep mistakes down, trying to keep your concentration up, it's a different feel, isn't it?
It's very hard to do. It's very hard to do being out in front. I much prefer to be behind someone and being able to plan my strategy to overtake them, and yeah, use their slipstream to save a bit of fuel, and that makes it a lot easier. On the flip side, it can be hard as well. Definitely following someone is easier. Sure. Oda did a good job there. I think he made this car as wide as it could. It's fair.
He kept calm.
Sure did. The two bars is now unleashing the pace.
It's going ham. Going ham. He's like, right, I just want to put softs on. I just want to go quick. Enough of this.
He's going to get the fastest lap for sure.
I'll bet miles.
Next lap.
AlphaTauri 2-3, meantime. They have a second, Daniel in third. Scotsman still chasing him, but can't get close enough.
Yeah.
Also as well, not just a race, or good lead in a race. What about leading a championship? When you're the target.
I wouldn't know what that feels like. So.
I've had it only once in a league situation before, when I've been leading a championship before. It's You do feel like you're the one being hunted, basically, because you know, and especially when it gets to like the last 3 races of the season, and I didn't win that championship in particular because I bottled it. Because in those last 3 races, when you got like, when someone says to you, "Oh, you only need to finish top 5," or if you finish top 5, you've won the championship. All of a sudden, you're focused on just getting top 5. And that's when more mistakes come out. It's my fine anyway. Yeah, 17th lap from Virus, fastest lap, but this is a battle for the podium. And they've got... Yeah, you can see, which is another thing I love about this game. The one thing that I do love, the backwards camera. You can use it now. You can just see, there's the Haas going through turn 3. There you can see him. Getting closer and closer.
He is getting closer and closer.
I love that. I love the fact you can go backwards.
Only 4 laps, but...
Oh, Daniel locking up on various occasions. He's doing a shame. Smoke screen deployed.
That does look very good.
It's working.
When there's a battle.
Smoke screens are being deployed. It's working. It's sending Scotsman east the lines.
These guys have got military virus closing at them very
He's a lot closer now. Look at him. That's kind of menacing, isn't it? When you look back at him. Oh, meantime, I should have been looking forward because Daniel's gone wide. There's big mistake from Daniel. Scotsman is eyeing up a podium here. Gets right up close to the back of the Alpha. And on the inside, can he get the traction down? He can.
Really good camera work with this now.
I love it. It's great.
Yeah, that is really cool looking backwards, and then as the pass is happening, just letting go of it and watching forward. Really
Nice.
cool.
It's great, isn't it? 5 laps to go. Meantime, Butter looks very safe in the lead. Emma very safe in second, but this is the battle for the podium. Scotsman on it at the moment. I'm going to do penalties in a minute, just in case. Daniel, he's on 23 lap old hards, and you've got a very hungry, very fast Haas driver on softs who's all over. Look how close he's getting. And look how close he's getting at the back.
Yeah, it's making me nervous.
Oh,
Daniel pulled that away of that.
Let him through.
Should have put him under a little bit more pressure, Daniel.
Should have
Never
fought
know
him.
what might come from it.
Surely this is a matter of
The
time for
opportunity
Virus.
to look back from Scotsman. Wow, that is some view.
Here he goes.
Oh, he's going to defend to the inside.
Make
Military
him
virus
work
around
for
the
it.
outside.
Surely it's a matter of time. Look at the
Oh,
grip.
very good.
Bit off track. Scotsman's
He
not
did
letting
a
this
little bit
go.
wide.
Surely he doesn't have the... Look at the helicopter cameras. All good. Yeah, Virus back on the podium. He'll be disappointed, Virus. Oh, Scotsman! No!
Scotsman.
Scotsman's off! Save it! Save it! He's like... Oh, he gets
little
off!
tap from Daniel. Daniel's like, cheers mate,
Jesus
sorry, but I'm coming through.
Clip under the ear.
Right, have a little bit of action at the end of this race. At least
Scotsman's
3
like...
are entertaining.
Oh, goodness. So
Well, I
Scotsman's
don't
like...
think Military Virus will be anymore. He's gone.
Nah, he's gone. Scotsman's like, oh, I saved it. Then he gets clipped under the ear from Daniel as he goes by. Jeez. That was like a cheeky backhand, that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, no damage, so I think he's okay. He's gonna
Right,
maybe have another little crack at him.
possibly. Can you check on penalties, please? I
Yeah,
think
we
only
can.
these. I think only these two. I think Daniel and Scotsman possibly. Actually, check all of them. Yeah, check all of them.
I'll have a run through, and Queen has a whistle. Got one little warning, but my eyes have been with the whistle. Bother, and no penalties.
Good old Butter.
5 seconds, but that was lap 8.
He would have served that.
He has 1 time penalty to that.
Okay.
Military Virus has 1 and a warning.
Oh, jeez. It's got to be another one.
Daniel has 3.
I think Scotsman has a fair few.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
My maths is not that good.
Oh, it's quite a bit. Checo?
Checo doesn't say he has any, but he had 3 warnings, so I'm taking that as a penalty. But it might
Fair
be.
enough.
Orphan
Orphan?
has
Not that it matters.
2
You said it
penalties.
anyway. Yeah.
One with another one.
Not giving up on Daniel.
No, he want that fight back.
You can look to the left and right as well, but I don't think it works.
Yep, does on mine. Very cool. I didn't know that.
No, it works. It works, but I don't think it's like good for. I love this backwards camera. It's my new
It's
toy.
good if you were on someone as they were spinning. Side, back, front.
Oh jeez, yeah.
Just going rapid movement.
Virus is very much catching up to Timmer. He's only 8.7. I don't think he's going to catch him. But that's nearly 2 seconds. I mean, he's on softs, so Scotsman again.
Yep, same corner. Doesn't like that corner.
Drive of the day. We're going to start speaking about that, but in terms of positions, really, there's no competition. It's Timmer up from 8th place on a good to 2nd, but anymore, I'd say you've got to include Bodder into it as well, because as you say,
pressure he come under.
yeah,
He had a very, very fast military voice coming up behind him. Yeah, he handled it well, nice and cleanly, fair. Where he's allowed to come out on top, so I think them two were the obvious candidates and Bodder. Maybe the military, he's had a good race, he might be down 2 positions, but
yeah.
not on bang, not
No denying his pace. No denying his pace
No,
for Virus. Definitely going to be up there. I guess the only thing that can maybe ring alarm bells, even if this is a pre-season test race, mistakes might creep in, potentially, if you can lower those down. In the meantime, Bodder, we haven't really focused that much on him apart from the battle he was in with Military Virus, but he's now on his last lap in the McLaren, and the McLaren boys are going to be very happy with the added boost going into Australia next week. Yes, AlphaTauri actually had a good race as well, 2nd and 4th.
Yeah, I do like the addition of the gouges since season 2. I think that made a bit of extra spice. We had our tail whips and things like that, hashtags. Certain gouges were a little bit more into it than others. I hope a little bit more people get into it this season. Yeah, it's been a good lead up to season 3.
Yeah, Bodder's got 2 more corners to go.
Yeah, got a couple of corners with Bodder. See out this very interesting F5 test race.
Not really no words, to be honest, especially that start. Here we go, Bodder
Had
comes.
it all with only 10 drivers.
Yeah, Bodder comes through it all and takes the win in the pre-season. Timmer's going to be very happy with 2nd. Has an unserved penalty, so he might not keep 2nd actually. No, by 2 tenths. Oh, Boris goes to 2nd in the end. 2 tenths ahead of Timmer. Timmer should keep 3rd. Scotsman caught Daniel towards the end, but his penalty dropped him back. So Daniel P4, Scotsman P5. Orphan was lapped down, he finished 7th, and Checo, an up and down race for him in the Williams. P6 though. No, P5. Okay. Wow, Scotsman had that many. Jeez. Tim, a driver of the day for the game, but we got to pick one ourselves. So who would you go for?
I'd be happy with the game's decision. I think Timmer had a good race.
Well, there you go. Jesus. I wouldn't mind a fair few races like that this season, but please not every race. Please. That'd be very nice. Wow, we're even back to the conditions we had at the start. It's raining again. Raining again, my words. Right. Take us through the results, Notch, please.
Yeah, so in first position, Bodder in McLaren. Good start to his season, even though it's not started just yet. But yeah, confident boosting for him. Military Virus in second position in the Haas. Good comeback from a little bit of a incident at turn 1 with Bodder, but all good there. And then third position, Timmer at AlphaTauri, just picked at the end of the race by Military Virus. And then fourth position, Daniel in the AlphaTauri. Fifth position, Checo in the Williams. Sixth position, Scotsman in the Alfa Romeo. And then Orphan in 7th in Mercedes.
Good stuff. Unfortunately, non-finishers, Jamie, 007 and Rogue. Hit the box, please, guys, if you haven't already. Right.
A lot of green on the podium.
Oh, another green. A lot of green and orange. I am neutral, but please have more podiums like this.
Double Irish podium, Michael. Double
Hey.
Irish
Yeah.
podium. When has that ever happened before on RSF1?
It's good to hear the spirits are up for season 3, lads.
All good. I'll do third and first, you do second.
Yeah, it's fine by me.
Okay. Right, so third place, Timmer. Obviously, unfortunately, got pipped just by Military Virus into second with penalties and so on. But obviously, by the way you're celebrating, you've got to be happy with third place. Yes, this season's not officially started yet, but who was the winning car? McLaren. So, yeah, season hadn't officially started yet, but got to be relatively happy with this. I know, obviously, there are a few names that we are yet to see pull out their card in terms of their pace, but look relatively alright from where I'm sitting. Definitely good race pace, considering what you had right at the start.
Yeah, it was very slippery out there. Very hard to keep the car on the track, but not lucky. I think got very lucky with the pit strategy. It worked out amazing, and nail biting last few laps there. Just could see Military just coming to catch me. So I really couldn't go any quicker myself. So I'm just happy I got a podium.
Definitely.
And that's a great confidence boost for season, the new season. Hopefully we can stride on from here.
Yeah, I was going to say, even if it's a pre-season race, it's still, still momentum you want to carry. So that it's morale boosting. Morale boosting is the phrase I'm going to use. How are you finding the AlphaTauri this season? Obviously, brand new, I guess, because it's not Toro Rosso anymore.
Well, it's the nicest looking car in the grid. It's it handles really well, so I'm happy enough with it.
Wow. How are you looking for Australia? How are you feeling towards that? Good track for you?
No, it wouldn't be a great track for me now. But we'll put in the practice, and I'll give it all for round 1, and we'll see how we get on. Hopefully, I can try and catch Boda. That'll be the main objective.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Good luck in Australia, and congratulations on the third place.
Thanks a million.
Right, hang over to Notch, who will interview P2.
Cheers, mate, and well done, Timmer. And moving on to military virus. Very good race from yourself, mate. A bit unfortunate not to be on that top step. I think we all know that you had the pace for it today, but you just didn't quite have the execution. Good qualifying, a hectic start to the race, but you kept your cool through that. And that's how you know how you think the race went, mate.
I mean, wet start on dry tyres, I never thought was going to end well, but I just tried my best, focused. I didn't actually think we were going to start on dry tyres, but I just had to make the best out of it. I think the safety cars really saved the dry tyre runners, because it really cut out most of the wet stint.
Yeah, I certainly did have a lot of that threw a spanner in the works, for sure. How are you liking your car, and how are you feeling for season 3? Do you think you can be a contender?
I'll start with the car. I was never really a fan of the Haas when it was seen. I've never been a fan of the Ferrari sound this year anyway, but I think over time I'll just get used to have a liking for it. It's not that bad, but preference. But coming into season 3, I was hoping to get some really good performances. Good teammate, strong lineup altogether.
Cool. And how do you feel about Australia? Are you feeling good for that track, or you like to me need to keep practicing?
I mean, last year my debut race I got 3rd place. Hopefully I'll do the same.
And I'll pass on to Brundle to interview our winner.
Thank you very much. Yeah, congratulations as far as on P2. But P1, Mr. Bodder, welcome back.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back with a vengeance, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, your first race back for a while, and you get given dry tyres on a wet track. So
Yeah.
wow. Take us through that start, because that was very much hectic, and I'm sure from the driver's point of view, much less mine and Top Notch's. I didn't know what was the right tyre, dries or inters. Was it dries all the way for you?
Yeah, that's what the game was giving me, so that's what I ran with. On the formation lap start, I kind of tested the start, and as soon as you pulled away from the line, you knew straight away that the tyres weren't going to grip up for you. I actually lost my force feedback on my wheel as well for that lap at least. That finally came back during the first safety car, so I was happy enough that came back. But the start, I don't know, just nice knees in the throttle, and then someone I think might have clipped my back right wheel, and I just looked in the rearview mirror and I saw the car sideways. That was the start for me, but I didn't move left or right, I just kept moving forward, so I don't know, did he move or did someone else bump into him or something like that, I don't know.
I think a few because of the dry tyres on wet track and
No assists.
no assist as well. Yeah, combination of the 3.
Yeah.
Just lit up the tyres too much, which it's easy mistake to make under those conditions that are very, very tricky. But yeah, you handled yourself well, and as Tim has said, you both did the correct strategy in the end, going on the hard tyres when you did, and it all worked out. Obviously, had a little bit of pressure from military virus, but you handled it very well from what me and Top Notch were seeing. Yeah, but so all of that combined, you look very could be good for this season, actually, looking ahead.
It's just consistent. That's if you look back in Q1, it was just basically me doing lap after lap after lap, and everyone else was just retired in the pits. I just wanted to keep practicing because I don't get time during the day with work and family and stuff to practice. So when I have a free Q1, I'll take advantage of it. Or the pit off.
Timber. Sorry about it, Timber. We can hear that, whatever that is. Sorry. Don't know what that was.
That's him celebrating.
Wow. Right, yeah.
Have you
same
back in
about it.
McLaren though? Where I mentioned. It's like
Yeah, I was gonna
four
say,
seasons.
how do you find that McLaren this season?
Out of 4 seasons, this is my 3rd season driving McLaren.
Oh yeah.
So, like, I kind of feel for pleasure guns a bit. I know exactly what I was going through. So I was like, oh, McLaren again, but it's a car. It's fine. It is what it is. I have a team in tour
As well.
to make it tonight. Got to give a shout out to the McLaren garage. Button and the guys helped me throughout the week, so good. Got a great setup. The car felt like it was on rails tonight. Verstappen, Ben, gave me a great setup. Never actually practiced with this setup. He just told me today to use it. It doesn't work. So I was like, right, I'll try it when I go home. Did a few TT laps. That was like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Got into the race and put the tyres under it, and it just felt like the car was on rails. Because I was struggling for turn 9 on the exit, kept going off track. I practice races during the week and kept getting penalties. So good to fix that.
Now, obviously, the only thing slightly up in the air is the fact that we are still looking for more drivers in this tier, and obviously quite a few that we didn't see tonight. So, I say you look comfortable with, but we're still up in the air until we get to the end of Australia, really, isn't it? Because we don't know everyone's
You've only seen
true
2/3
pace.
of the grid here, really. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like take Locker, like great driver, but like we haven't seen him race in F5 yet, so he could be a contender as well. Then the P45, I think, could be another serious contender. In Silverstone last week, he was very fast, lightning fast. So just lots of fast drivers. Just week in, week out, who gets the luck, who gets the safety gear, who gets the weather, you know. Strategy,
Yeah.
right?
I think, as you said, though, it's going to come down to consistency, and I pointed out a few when we ran down the grid during Q1. I pointed out a few that I think will be near the top because they have been in RSF1 before. So, but there's a fair few. So who knows? We'll be at the top. But
It's hard to pick.
well done, you win. Hopefully, again, be neutral. Hopefully, there's more to come.
Double R podium, lads. Woo!
Double Irish podium.
Go on, Timmy.
I mean, the one person that will be happy is Verstappen because he's McLaren this season. So,
His setup was fantastic. The car just felt phenomenal.
yeah, very good.
Hopefully we can stop that, yeah?
Already, we're not to see anything even started yet.
I'm back
Right.
in
We
the
need
first
some
race now.
tactics there. Steal his setups.
Yeah!
It's going to be a good season ahead. I can just
Just
see
share
already.
it
It's
with
gonna be
us. That'll be lovely.
It's going to be great. Right, that has been the pre-season test race around Hungary for F5. They can now focus ahead to Australia, round 1 of the season, where again, no promises, but I'm sure it'll be a fuller grid this time next week. But it was still entertaining tonight, not top notch. I mean, dramatic,
Sure it was.
hectic.
Yeah, for how many people on the grid that was still an entertaining race.
Very good, and that's always the plus point. Even on a grid of 9 or 10, it's still a good race. So well done, Tier 5. Yep. So next week for the opening round for them. But we still have 2 more test races to go around Hungary. We have the F1 boys will be out tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Junior will be streaming that with Blazer Guns. Brand new combination. Let's see how them two get on. I'm sure they'll be fine. I trust in them. And then last but not least will be tier number 4 with Gruntastrophe doing his first full season of streaming. He'll be partnered with RS Checo that you saw racing tonight. That is Thursday 8 o'clock. The first race in Australia is F2 this Sunday. Make sure you watch that when the league kicks off. So make sure you join us for that. But from everyone here, so your podium of Timmer in the AlphaTauri, Military Virus in the Haas in second, Bodder in the McLaren first. Driver of the day went to Timmer in the AlphaTauri. I forgot to mention that. So congrats, Timmer. He's there. He's not. Hello. You're there. Yeah. Congratulations to everyone on the podium. thank you, Top Notch, for your company as always.
No problem. Pleasure.
Thank you everyone else for watching, and take care. Good night. See you next time.